Heaven is in my heart. Part 1, God's Love. Chapter 1, God the Creator, our Father. Prayer. O Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. The heavens show forth your glory and your power. You existed before all else, and you are the only being that existed from all eternity. We know this interiorly as we contemplate the scriptures and the writings of the many holy saints of the Catholic Church. For example, St. Thomas Aquinas argues for the proof of the existence of God using reason and science. Reference Summa Theologica, first part, by St. Thomas Aquinas. One aspect that I wish to share from his work is as follows. Matter is stationary until it is set in motion by an external force. We know that all heavenly bodies in this universe and everything including us are constantly in motion. In the solar system, the earth and the planets revolve around the sun. When we visualize this and zoom out, we see the solar system is just a tiny speck in the large Milky Way galaxy. And the Milky Way is just a tiny speck among the billions of other galaxies in this universe. The question then arises, who or what force set all of these objects into motion? Most of us are familiar with the Big Bang Theory, which hypothesizes on how the universe came into existence. If we explore the Big Bang Theory further, we ask another question. Who created the very first original matter that exploded with a Big Bang? Who designed and created all the laws of nature which are so orderly? If we pause from our busy lives and think for a moment on this and continue to reason with sincere hearts, we will come to a conclusion that the first particle of matter was created by a supremely intelligent being who calculated and put in place the laws and mechanics of nature and set the objects in the universe in motion. This supreme being is whom we call God, our Father, our Creator. He alone has the power and the authority to override these laws of nature. So when we see supernatural phenomena that defy the laws of nature, they are certainly signs from God, who is our Creator, and they should not be taken lightly or carelessly, nor should we be indifferent or ignore these signs. We need to ask ourselves, what is God trying to convey to us through these very concrete signs from heaven? What are signs? Signs are in itself nothing except that they communicate a message. The stop sign on the road corner cautions cars to slow down, stop, and look for traffic before moving forward. Similarly, heavenly signs tell us to slow down, stop, and look into our lives. Are we living our lives like we believe in the existence of God, or are we so consumed with the pursuit of wealth, fame, power, control, and material comforts that we rarely give any thought to God? For those who are unsure of God's existence, these signs may be asking you to consider the possibility of a supreme being who is greater than us, who loves us and who wants a personal relationship with us. These signs are a call to conversion. God is beckoning us to Himself. As the Father waited for His long-lost Son in Luke chapter 15, God is waiting for our response with open arms. Through the ages, God has used the material world to communicate to us, to wake us up from spiritual slumber so we can become aware of Him and come back to Him. What is our response to Him? Will we slow down from our hectic lives, pause and become aware of God's invitation? Will we accept the invitation or will we ignore and reject Him? He is knocking at the doors of our very own hearts and waiting patiently for us to say yes and open the door to our hearts so He can come in and be with us. It's really that simple. You can allow God to come into your heart. This is a decision we need to make at the crossroads of our life at this moment in time. With God, we have everything, but without Him, we have and are nothing. You and I are just like a speck on the earth, which is a speck in the solar system, which is a speck in the Milky Way galaxy, which is a speck in the universe. We are small and insignificant in the scope and expanse of the universe, but to God, we are absolutely precious. To God the King, we are princes and princesses. The book of Genesis and the Catechism of the Catholic Church tell us that when God created us, He created us like Him in His very own image and put His divine love into our hearts with the purpose that we share it with each other. We read this in the creation stories from the book of Genesis in the Bible and also refer to it in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. We are vessels of the divine love of God. We need to become ambassadors of God's divine love that He has instilled in our hearts. End of chapter 1 from part 1 from the book Heaven is in My Heart.